Jan Phillipp Mai of JPM Silicon. And what do you think JPM is standing for? His initials.
Correct.
Yeah.
Perfect. So 5 minutes to go before the break. I will show you what JPM Silicon does to support the global silicon and solar silicon industry. And why silicon? I started working with silicon 14 years ago, and I'm today 27, so pretty young when I started that. But it's also economic reasons. If you look at the silicon industry and you look around you, you will see things, and everything is consisting of silicon. Electronics, cars, solar cells, of course, chemicals, window ceilings. Every of these products contains silicon. So you have silicon metal. 2 million tons of silicon metal are produced each year, and you have 300,000 tons of solar silicon produced each year. So what we are doing is that we want to cut the cost for solar silicon to make solar cells more efficient. And how we do that is by this plant. And you see that plant already at Cellucom, I think. They also use the sugar beet, but we use the sugar and not the waste from the sugar beet. So if you look at the silicon production today, or the solar silicon production today, you have different production steps, and it all starts with carbon and quartz. And this carbon is coming from fossil fuels, from fossil storages, so it's coal, it's coke, it's dirty. And if you want to produce silicon or silicon metal, you need big furnaces. So you need this big furnace, around 200 million euro per furnace, to produce silicon, and then you have to refine the silicon to get solar silicon in the end. And for this whole production setup to produce 1,000 tons of solar silicon, you need to invest around 1 billion euros. And we want to make this very cheap, very easy, very simple. And this is our approach in making solar silicon. Just 2 steps. The first step is that you choose the correct raw materials. One of them is sugar, the other one is quartz. Then you make good raw materials for our furnace. And this is what we developed in the last, I would say, 3 years in our lab. This is a microwave furnace. And with this microwave furnace, you can produce the solar silicon within around 20 minutes at 2,000 degrees Celsius, and you have just 2 steps to produce solar silicon instead of a long and expensive plant for doing that. So what is the benefit in numbers? If you look at the investment cost sides, you're going down by 75%. If you look at the production costs, you're going down by 50%. And if you look at the energy consumption, you're going down by 75%. So this is what the core competence of our company is. But bringing such an innovation into a very old and now struggling industry is kind of difficult and needs much more money. So we had the idea, okay, what can we do with our knowledge to finance our own growth, to find different applications for our technology? And this is what we do today. We have different products and services, and they were all inspired from the customer side. So the customer came to us and said, okay, I understand what you're doing, but couldn't we use this technology for recycling of silicon in our plant? And we came up with a solution with an equipment for doing that, and we got the first furnace installed in April this year, and the second one being installed in the end of this year. So we have 2 furnaces running at our reference customers. Then we learned, okay, we can understand silicon production, we can optimize it, so we are going into testing raw materials for silicon producers. That is that we can offer services for testing the raw materials for their production. And then we understand, okay, many companies are existing since 100 years, and they do not really know what they can recycle or how much they can recycle. So we developed a tool to analyze the complete silicon plant to understand where you have a benefit to recycling silicon in the plant. And from that, we can earn money today and try to get the break even this year. But of course, we need more funding to get in the next stage. We have a team of around 10 engineers working in the company. And we want to set up a new pilot plant to demonstrate our technologies for different applications and to move on with our development. We want to raised 1.5 million euros for further investment into the company and R&D. So if you have any interest in that, feel free to contact me, maybe via email or by barbecue. Thank you.
Wow. How old are you? 27?
27, yeah.
And how come that you started working with the silicon at the age of 13? What happened to you?
I just got a solar cell in my hand when I was in high school, doing a talk on solar cells, and yeah, then I was catched by this technology.
Wow, super cool. And I think he volunteered to be part of our solar workshop that we developed before at the solar panel, and now I understand why. I think you are now part of the team. Okay, let's have drinks and coffee.
Thank you.
Great. Wow.